What if the parts of you that were called too much were simply the parts that learned the truth first? What if the very sensitivity that a narcissist tried to shame out of you is the same sensitivity that now protects you, guides you, and refuses to be fooled? When manipulation fogs the air, some people go numb. Others develop new senses. They learn to hear the mood behind the words, to taste the storm inside a smile, to notice absence as loudly as a slammed door. That isn't weakness. That's intelligence trained by fire. Today we're going to name 8 kinds of empathic intelligence that often awaken in the aftermath of narcissistic abuse. Not as labels to wear, but as languages your nervous system learned so you could stay alive. And now, learn to live. Before we begin, you need permission for one thing. You don't have to explain or justify how your intuition works. You don't owe anyone evidence for your inner weather. Empathic gifts are forms of perception. They can be trained, doubted, refined, and sometimes misread. That's okay. What matters is that you start relating to them as part of your design, not as a problem to hide. You are not here to carry the pain of others. You are here to honor what you perceive and to respond with wise boundaries, steady kindness, and uncompromising self-loyalty. Number 1. The precognitive empath. This is the person who knows before the facts catch up. The knowing doesn't arrive as a spreadsheet. It arrives as a flash, a phrase, a bodily drop that says, "We're turning here." In the old environment, your safety depended on anticipating change. You learned the rhythm of rages, the clockwork of silent treatments, the exact look that preceded a disappearing act. Your attention became a time traveler, scouting 5 minutes ahead to keep you intact. Over time, that skill stops being crisis management and starts becoming guidance. Signs you've carried this gift? You text someone seconds before they need you. You change plans without knowing why and later discover why it mattered. You meet decisions in your body before your mind has language for them. The pitfall is anxiety disguised as foresight. The practice is humility. Treat a hunch like weather, something to pack for, not to panic about. Write your impressions. Let reality confirm or correct them. Your job is to listen cleanly, not to be perfect. Number 2, the earth or weather empath. Before the forecast shifts, your body already knows. Your joints announce rain. Your skin hums before the barometer drops. Your focus scatters when the wind stacks. The same system that tracked footsteps in the hallway and learned the weight of danger now notices pressure, light, and quiet. You feel the temperature of a room like most people feel a hand on the back. This sensitivity isn't brokenness. It is tuning. It may show up as seasonal dips, headaches before storms, agitation when the air is heavy, relief when you touch trees or water. After abuse, the dial can stick on high, overscanning everything, including nature. The antidote is rhythm. Step outside at the same time daily. Put your bare feet on earth. Keep a simple weather journal to teach your nervous system that shifts can be predicted and survived. When your body tells you the atmosphere is changing, outside or in, believe it, and make small adjustments early. That's not being dramatic. That's being regulated. Number 3, the physical empath. Where others witness, you somatically participate. You sit with a friend who has a knot in their stomach, and yours tightens in sympathy. You hug someone with a locked neck, and your own shoulders begin to ache. In the past, people took advantage of this, turning your body into a mop for their stress. You may even have believed that your pain was a form of love. It isn't. Pain is a signal, not a sacrament. The gift here is embodied empathy, the capacity to understand from the inside. The boundary here is consent. Try this experiment. When you feel someone else's sensation arise, place your palm over your own heart and name it out loud. I'm feeling pressure in my chest, then add, and I'm choosing what belongs to me. If the sensation eases, it wasn't yours to keep. Learn simple clearing rituals. Shake your hands after hard conversations. Rinse your wrists in cool water. Lie on the floor and breathe into your back. Your body is not a dumping ground. It's a sanctuary that deserves respectful visitors and an eviction policy. Number 4, the dream empath. Sleep became the one place propaganda couldn't reach you. While the mask performed by day, your psyche wrote you letters at night. Some were literal. A road you shouldn't take, a face you should not trust, a house with a door that sticks. Others spoke in symbols. Muddy boots walking across a white rug. A locked window with a key under a book you keep avoiding. A phone that rings from the future. You woke with a residue you couldn't rinse away until you acted. Dreams like these aren't entertainment. They're guidance. The trap is dismissing them because they don't fit daytime logic. The practice is partnership. Keep paper by the bed. Before sleeping, ask a single clear question. On waking, record the feeling first, then the images, then the story. Look for repetition across weeks. The point is not to predict. It's to collaborate with the part of you that sees without permission. When someone tries to gaslight you, a dream will often hand you the missing word. Trust that. Number 5, the animal empath. Animals found you before you found yourself. The anxious dog that refuses everyone else leans its full weight against your leg and sighs. The skittish cat tracks you from the edge of the room, then chooses your lap like it knew you in another life. Even birds hold your gaze longer than seems reasonable. Animals respond to congruence. The inside matches the outside. During abuse, you learn to listen beneath explanations. Animals live in that channel full time. You sense when a pet's bad behavior is actually boredom, when a horse's spook is a memory, when a parrot's nipping is simply a boundary. You might be drawn to shelters, sanctuaries, or simply to speaking gently to the neighborhood crow on your morning walk. The pitfall is rescuing at the cost of yourself. The practice is clear roles: companion, caretaker, student, not savior. Animals teach presence, and presence is medicine your system trusts. Number 6, the telepathic empath. This isn't party trick mind reading. It's intention hearing. You sense the paragraph behind a sentence. You answer questions while they are still forming on someone's tongue. When a person says, "It's fine," you catch the faint static of their no. In a narcissistic system, survival required you to detect mismatch. The tone that didn't fit the word, the smile that arrived a beat too late, the apology with no accountability tucked inside. That practice built a dashboard: micro pauses, eye flicks, breathing patterns, energetic temperature. You read the dashboard in an instant. The trap is using this to stay in unsafe dynamics longer than you should, because you understand their reasons. Understanding is not the same as safety. The practice is translation into action. I hear the words, and I'm responding to the pattern. When your body hears a no, treat it as a no, even if the room is still pretending. Number 7, the shadow mirror, often called the heyoka empath. You don't set out to challenge people, yet pretenses wobble around you. Jokes reveal their edge. Compliments melt into confessions. Why? Because you carry clean glass. You spent years seeing behind curtains. Now you walk around with that visibility. People who want to grow feel relief in your presence because they don't have to act. People attached to costume feel threatened because the costume reads false next to you. The gift is catalytic honesty. The hazard is being cast as the problem, simply for refusing to collude. Practice soft edges with firm centers. I'm naming what I see, and I'm not here to fix or punish. Your mirror is not a weapon. It's a light. Aim it wisely, especially at yourself, where it becomes integration, not exposure. Number 8, the Intuitive Polyglot. Some empaths have one dominant channel. You may have several stacked like instruments in an orchestra. Claircognizance, the clean drop of knowing. Clairsentience, the body's yes and no. Clairaudience, words that arrive like clear radio. Occasional clairvoyance, the image that will not unsee itself. In a narcissistic field where reality was fogged on purpose, your system built an internal instrumentation panel. When speech disagrees with temperature, a light comes on. When someone smiles but withdraws energy, a tone sounds. When a choice looks right and feels wrong, the needles swing red. The pitfall is burnout from constant monitoring. The practice is scope. You choose when to power up the panel and when to let life be simple. Schedule pockets of pure play and purposeless rest, so your gifts can breathe. They are instruments, not alarms. Now, what do you do with all of this? First, retire the old job description. You are not the family weather system, the office lie detector, the friend group's paramedic, or the partner who anticipates every need. Your gifts do not make you a service. They make you a person who perceives deeply. That perception belongs to you. Second, trade hypervigilance for attunement. Hypervigilance is a constant alarm. Attunement is a steady listening. One exhausts you. The other resources you. One scans for danger. The other notices reality. You can tell the difference in your body. Hypervigilance is tight and fast. Attunement is wide and slow. Third, build boundaries that feel like kindness, not punishment. Boundaries are not a wall around your heart. They are the shape of your care. Try sentences like, I'm available Thursday for 30 minutes. I can't do that, but here's what I can do. I need a night to think. Put agreements in writing so gaslighting has less oxygen. When someone tests your line, hold it gently and repeat. You don't need a speech. You need a spine. Fourth, feed the system that feeds you. Sleep is not indulgence. It is where the dream empath receives mail. Movement is not cosmetic. It is how the physical empath clears static. Quiet is not laziness. It is how the telepathic empath hears intention without interference. Time outside is not optional. It is how the weather empath resets the dial. Animals are not accessories. They are teachers whose language you understand. Rituals aren't superstition. They are agreements you make with your nervous system so it doesn't have to guess everything alone. Finally, allow joy. Survivors sometimes mistake peace for boredom because their bodies are used to the spike. Let yourself acclimate. Joy doesn't have to shout to be real. Sometimes it's the way light lands on the kitchen counter, the way a friend's message makes your face soften, the way your own no feels like a warm blanket on a cold day. Empathic gifts aren't only for detecting storms, they're also for noticing sunlight. The more you practice, the more your perception becomes a source of delight instead of a list of alarms. Maybe you recognized one type, or 3, or all 8. That doesn't make you responsible for anyone else's healing. It simply means your body learned to notice in multiple dialects. The culture may have told you that noticing is nothing. It's not. Noticing is how you stayed alive long enough to become wise. Now your noticing can serve your life instead of protecting you from someone else's. There will be people who preferred the old you, the one who doubted herself, the one who apologized for everything. the one who mistook attention for love. There will be rooms where your clarity feels inconvenient. That does not make your gifts wrong. It means they are working. You no longer confuse charm with character. You no longer believe that perfect explanations are the same thing as accountability. You no longer hand your inner weather station to anyone with a smile and a story. You have felt the difference, and once felt, it's hard to forget. So when the old pattern taps your shoulder, when flattery arrives dressed as urgency, when a second chance sounds like a first trap, when silence tries to shame you into compliance, place a hand over your heart and ask two questions. What do I know, and what will I honor? Then honor it. Not to win, not to prove, simply to stay in partnership with the self who learned to perceive through the fog and brought you here. The world may not applaud that moment. Your nervous system will. Your future will. And that is enough. Which of these empathic intelligences feels most familiar? Name it. Write it down. Treat it like a friend you're getting to know again after years apart. Offer it care. Offer it time. Offer it rest. Let it teach you how to live in a world that once felt dangerous but is steadily becoming yours. Let it show you where to place your feet, how to spend your attention, and when to close the door. You do not owe your gifts to the people who tried to break them. You owe them to yourself and to the life that is finally opening. Your sensitivity is not a flaw to be cured. It is a faculty to be stewarded. Used well, it will keep you honest, keep you tender, and keep you free. Used poorly, it will exhaust you. The difference is not whether you have it, it's whether you aim it inward first. Ask often, what is true for me right now? Then let that answer be the ground you stand on. Empathy without self-loyalty is martyrdom. Empathy with self-loyalty is wisdom. You earned this wisdom the difficult way. You get to use it the gentle way now. Here is a simple practice for the week ahead. Choose one type you resonated with and design a tiny ritual to nurture it. For the precognitive, keep a pocket notebook and jot the first 3 hunches that arise each morning. For the weather-tuned, step outside at dusk and describe the sky to yourself. For the physical, place a palm over your own heart before you offer comfort to anyone else. For the dreamer, set a glass of water by the bed and name your question aloud. For the animal listener, sit quietly on a park bench and listen back. Small acts repeated turn survival adaptations into living art. Repeat daily for 7 days.